Hi everybody, Rich from Taylor here at the Kraft Music Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I want to talk to you a little bit about the electronics that Taylor uses in all of our acoustic guitars. We call it our ES2, which stands for Expression System 2. This is our latest version, and without a doubt, one of the most musical sounding acoustic guitar pickups that's available today. Let me explain to you why. First of all, you'll notice that we have 3 controls on the guitar right here at the top. And they're not labeled. We just want a nice, clean look to the guitar, but it's very intuitive as to what they are. Remember, I told you in some previous videos that the top of your guitar is like a volume control. So the knob that's closest to the top is the volume control, and the knob that is furthest to the back is your bass, and then the middle is your treble. You'll notice that we do not have a mid-range control on these guitars. The reason for that is we don't want you touching the mid-range. And the reason that we don't is that we want to build a musical curve. What in the world is he talking about? Think about a graphic equalizer. If you take a graphic equalizer and you move a slider up and down, you're surgically moving a specific part of the frequency response. And that's not musical. There's a difference between a musical and a surgical. Our electronics are active. And I don't just mean that it's active because it has a battery. What I mean is it's active because it builds a musical EQ curve, which is unlike most any system that's out there. When you look at our controls, the first thing that you should do is make sure they're always pointed right directly down at the neck. That's a flat response. And when I say flat, I'm going to dig deeper already, all right? Now, if you think about a tone control on like an electric guitar, and, normally you always have those controls dimed. They're always on 10. And then when you roll the tone control back, you think you're adding bass. Well, you're not adding bass. You're taking away high end. All right? There's a big difference there. With our controls, the way that this works is that here, with my bass and my treble, I'm at a flat response. If I turn this one way or the other, I can actually give bass or take away bass. I can add treble or take away treble. Remember I said we don't have a mid-range control? That's because the mid-range is always going to stay in the center. And by moving these around ever so slightly, I can make a musical curve to make the guitar sound any way I want. So as an example, if I just have it a flat response, it's just going to sound like the guitar itself. And you're going to say, no, I don't agree with that, Rich. And the reason is that once you plug an acoustic guitar in, it's going to sound like the pickup. And this is where our expression system is different. Most acoustic guitar pickups put the element underneath the saddle. The problem with doing that is the saddle is under extreme pressure because of the strings, and it pushes down on the strings, which squashes the element. It's under about 60 pounds of pressure. We want the bridge, and we want that element to pick up movements of the bridge. And the bridge doesn't move up and down, it moves side to side. So what we do is we put the element behind the saddle. That way it picks up those nuances of the saddle that moves like this. So it actually does pick up a lot of the characteristics of the tonal wood. Do you remember in some of the other videos I told you that an acoustic guitar is a guitar with an amplifier built in? When you try to amplify an acoustic guitar, what you're doing is you're trying to amplify an amplifier, and that is hard to do. That's why this system works so well, and it's only available through Taylor because we make it ourselves. We in-house do our own electronics. So the combination of having the element behind the saddle with our active tone controls where we can build an EQ curve, I can make this guitar sound like the guitar that it is. I can also add a little bit of low end, take out a little bit of high end. I can make it sound like a bigger bodied guitar. I can even take these tone controls, make them face each other, and I can make this sound like an electric jazz box. So I can do a lot of different things with the electronics here. You're going to have questions about how this is going to work, so you're going to want to reach out and contact your Kraft sales advisor. They're going to want to know how you're going to plug it in, what you're plugging it into. They can recommend different amplifiers and things like that, so make sure you reach out to them. So thanks for watching. Hope we helped you.